Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Cards. Today we are going to talk about Zach's new favorite set that hasn't come out yet, Final Fantasy. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on with Final Fantasy. We're also going to talk a little bit about the next set that's coming out, which is the Tarkir Dragonstorm, which is going to be super cool. I'm actually really stoked for that. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, dude. Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
They finally put pre-orders up on distribution. Mm-hmm. So we've placed our orders. Let's talk about what your thoughts on our allocation.
It's going to be really, really bad. I already know if we get even half of what we got, I'll be really happy.
Yeah,
that's truthfully the truth. So
yeah, we've been going overtime on our Magic the Gathering spend to try and get more allocation, and I don't think we're going to hit the number that we wanted to hit before June. So we're still shooting for that, but for those of you that are going to pre-order with us, I don't think that we're going to have a whole lot more than what we normally have this go around. So we're trying still. We're going to try and hit our goal, but I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know either.
But it's either way, we're super excited for the set. Lots of really cool stuff. They're bringing back the collector commander decks for this one.
They are.
So that's going to be cool. Pricing. Let's talk about pricing for Final Fantasy.
It's going to be really, really expensive. Numbers don't really come off the top of my head, but if I had to predict the play boosters, we're probably going to be around 200, 250?
I think we're
somewhere in that kind of range.
It's going to be similar pricing to the Innistrad Remastered, I think.
Yeah. No
less than probably 160 would be my guess, and that's probably on the low end for like play boxes. Collector boxes are going to be 300 plus.
I would say that's low end. I would consider this set to be close to Modern Horizons 3 price wise.
Yes.
So expect that.
Yeah, agreed.
Commander decks wise, I think it's going to be pretty similar on the non-commander decks, collection commander decks, excuse me. And prices should be pretty comparable to Modern Horizons 3, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts too. It looks very similar in terms of like the distro pricing on everything. So yeah, I would have to agree. This is definitely going to be a very high-end product. It's not going to be a cheap one, unfortunately.
No.
But there's going to be a lot of cool things. The commander decks are pretty sweet. I'm actually super stoked on that. There's a lot of fun mechanics that they're bringing out with this set, so that's going to be really fun. Keep an eye out on that. We're probably going to talk a little bit about that later on as we know a little bit more, but it's going to be a fun set either way. I'm really excited for it. I know Zach's really excited for it. Zach's chase card is definitely going to be the Chocobo.
100%.
So
all of them.
I love that the set symbol is a Chocobo.
Is a Chocobo. That makes me feel good.
Awesome.
Inside. Yeah, good choice.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Did you see the leak that they had for the Final Fantasy Chocobo bundle coming out at the end of the year?
No, I did not see that.
Oh,
I'm gonna go look it up. I have seen what they have like released so far, like the front cards of the commander decks. Yeah, those seem pretty cool.
Yeah,
they have my guy Titus from Final Fantasy X. I'm so excited, dude.
Oh man. Is there other characters that you're on the hunt for this set?
Tons. Love Final Fantasy 15, so I'd love to see some characters from that. 10 of obviously. Want every single character from 10, which I'm sure they're going to have a lot. Also played some Final Fantasy 13 as well, which I know they're going to have like Storm and like other characters from Final Fantasy 13. So Lightning, excuse me, not Storm, Lightning. And so I'm really excited for it.
That'll be good.
No,
I'm excited to see what this looks like. So, but are we going to have the money to spend on this set?
I pray. We're going to make sure we do. If we get the allocation, we're going to make it happen.
We're cracking some boxes.
It's going to be either we crack some boxes or we just hold, because I already know it's going to be just like Fallout, man. I'm telling you right now. The IP is just too big.
Yeah.
It's going to be successful. It's not going to be like an Assassin's Creed situation. So.
Well, I think that was more down to the type of booster box, though. I think that was the Beyond booster crap. I just think that itself. I think Assassin's Creed would have been better if they didn't make the set weird, and they had some commander decks and different things like that. But I don't know, not a great call on this set design, in my opinion. But this one's definitely gonna be a lot better. Definitely more of a connected audience from Final Fantasy II Magic than there was like Doctor Who to Magic. I think those are two very different fan bases, and I don't feel like a lot of Doctor Who fans are probably into things like Magic the Gathering. I mean, obviously there's some, and this is a very broad generalization, but I just, like, my little sister's super big fan of Doctor Who. She would never touch Magic. And I feel like that's probably the case, and I think that's why that set didn't do super well.
As good.
It's just that fan base just isn't really there. It's a very niche fan base, I feel like.
It is niche.
So it's just not the same. And Final Fantasy's been, I mean, it's been around since, what, the 90s?
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, that's a huge set, and it's, all the gamers love it, and I mean, I feel like if you're playing those kind of games, you've probably touched Magic once or twice in your life.
Very likely.
Even if not, that's a massive IP, like you said, and it's going to bring in people that have never even looked at Magic just to collect. So
I think the main thing that makes me nervous with the set and the pricing on it is there's so many banger sets coming out across Pokemon and Magic. Are people going to have enough money to spend on a high-end product like this?
It's a good question.
So it's just been on my mind I could see a lot of people trying to trade up for it because they don't want to go spend more money that they already have.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen.
That's actually a good point. It's the fatigue, the product fatigue, I think is an issue that Magic has suffered from for a while. I just think the blocks are too close together. They're not spaced out enough. They don't give you enough time. Like not just from a purchasing standpoint, but even from like a lore standpoint. They just don't give you enough time to like really enjoy the set. And I think that's a bummer, because the lore of Magic is awesome, and there's a lot of really cool stuff. And I mean, I feel like now Magic our Wizards of the Coast is trying to get a little bit better at the lore, because there's been a lot of anger about that. And I think the focus has been a lot on the Universes Beyond type stuff. So, you know, now that they're kind of really hitting it hard on the lore again and actually coming up with really good original planes instead of just going back to stuff, I think that's really cool. And I actually really liked Aether Drift's lore. I know a lot of people may hate that statement, but I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. They explained the name change for Kaladesh, even though the whole situation with Kaladesh was stupid, but it is what it is. But at least Wizards, which to me was so shocking, but at least Wizards took the time to be like, hey, this is why the name changed in lore. It's like, okay, cool. At least they gave us that.
At least they give you a second.
Yeah.
Or an explanation. Yeah.
It's like, all right. But yeah, and then we got Tarkir coming out in April. So we're just a little over a month away from that. That's exciting. So we'll probably have pre-orders going up soon for Tarkir. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be a good one. Lots of really cool dragon cards. I don't know if you know this, but dragons are super popular.
Yeah, they sell really well.
Yeah. So that's going to be really cool. The commander decks look sweet. And we're going back to 5 commander decks on this set.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
That's a lot of commander decks.
Well, we went from 2 to 5, and then Final Fantasies has 5.
5.
And then I think Edge of Eternities, which is the space set that's coming out closer to the end of the year, that is going to be, I think that one has 4 or 5 too.
I think it's 4.
So it's like, why did we, I thought the whole emphasis was no more Commander, at least not like this. So that's going to be interesting, but I'm interested to see how that affects the Commander market again. If it's going to just
oversaturate it. I'm not sure.
But
hope not.
I'm excited for the Tarkir Commander decks. Those precons look fun.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really good. And then, Edge of Eternities. So it's a space set. It's an original plane. It's a new one we haven't ever visited. And I'm actually really excited for it.
Are you?
I love space tropes. And apparently this is going to be like mashing all of the space tropes together. And so it's going to be like a mesh of like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Star Wars references, Star Trek, all kinds of stuff, like Space Odyssey, all kinds of stuff. And I don't know, I'm just super excited about that.
What makes me nervous is that space and Magic don't tend to go well together because of Infinity. But we'll see.
I just think I don't know. The unsets are just hard because you can't play half of them.
Yeah.
They're not standard legal. They're not tournament legal. So I don't know. I think that's a little different, but I don't know. I'm excited for this set. I think it's going to be pretty sick. The all the artwork and stuff that they've released for it looks so cool. Oh, I love it, dude. It looks so sick.
I haven't seen any of it. I need to go take a look.
It kind of reminds me of Space Jammer for D&D, if you've ever seen that. But it's kind of similar where they're like, it's like a fantasy setting, but in space. So I think it'll be kind of something similar vibe, probably less cartoony than Spelljammer, but Space Jammer, whatever that module is called. But yeah, so that's gonna be an interesting one. But let's talk about Aether Drift.
Okay, Aether Drift.
This is the first set that we have ever had that we still have collector boxes left.
Yeah, all of them actually.
Yeah. We sold more bundles, more Finish Line bundles, and more Commander decks than we did collector boxes, which has never happened. Usually we have at least a couple cases of collector decks and usually a couple cases of bundles or things like that. We've never had a set where we didn't sell out on the collector boxes.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I'm definitely curious to see where that goes. I think it's good for our in-person stuff, and just keeping that in stock. But yeah, that was wild.
That was wild. Well, because the prices were at like $220, and then something happened before release, and they went up to like $270.
Yeah.
Per box, and then they went right back down to $220. So
everyone was saying that this was the next Karlov Manor, which I didn't think so. I think the set had a lot more oomph to it than Karlov Manor did. And the art alone was really cool, especially in the collector boxes. They have like 5 different art variants in it. It's cool. It's actually super cool. And the full frame lands are awesome. They're like POVs of the race, which is so tight.
It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it. I personally really love it. And then they have like I forget the art style, but I think it's like Rat Pack or something like that. But those look really, really cool too. Those are really hot chases in the collector decks. And then of course the Aether Spark.
Yes.
Which is insane.
Apparently there's a serialized Aether Spark.
Yes.
In the collector booster boxes. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the card is weird. Because when they designed it, dude, it was like, hey, let's take all the drugs and design a card.
Yeah.
Because it's a artifact, it's a legendary artifact creature, and then once it gets attached to somebody, it's like you can't target it. But it's also, and it's also a planeswalker. So it's like it acts as this whole it's so weird. The whole concept is insane, and literally there was just probably so many drugs that were consumed while developing that card.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's interesting. I'm trying to think what else we got going on. Oh, we have a couple shows coming up. We're going to be at back-to-back shows. We're going to the show again here in Utah, the Crossroads card show. That is going to be really fun. I'm hoping we have a similar show out as the one we went to in
early February.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was a great show. It was super jam-packed. We had so many people. We were in a spot that I didn't think was very good, and we still did really, really well.
Did phenomenally.
We were just slammed the entire time. And so I'm hoping that we get a similar show out for this next one. I've been trying to spread the word as much as possible to anyone that we've been selling to, whether in store or online. So that's going to be really, really fun. And then we are going to Front Row in April. That's going to be super, super interesting.
I'm really excited.
We recently acquired, speaking of Front Row, we recently acquired some base set Pokemon, as well as some sealed jungle that are still in the blister pack things. So that's really exciting. I'm interested to see how fast those move at Front Row, because I know that typically when Modern's doing really well, typically Vintage doesn't move a whole lot, and then vice versa. So I'm really interested to see kind of the turnout that we get as far as Front Row, because there's so many vendors at this show and how massive it is. But I'm also interested to see how much product we really do move, especially sealed product. I'm very, very interested to see how that goes.
Yep.
So, but we're excited. We're gonna have a very busy next couple months. We're hoping I'm gonna be trying to get some content, at least for sure, for Front Row. I want to try and get some vendor POV videos and different things, and just kind of experiment with some different content. So it's I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting one.
I think so.
I'm excited for it though. It'll be good. But yeah, so I think that's all we got for you. Check us out online at aztecgames.shop and follow us on all our social medias. As usual, give us a like and subscribe. Drop a comment below what your guys' thoughts are, and we'll see you on the next one.